Hey guys, so we're reaching the end of the banana growing season. So I got to do something about them for the winter. There's a few different options. You can mulch them and leave them outside for the winter, which I've never had any luck doing. You can provide some heat for them, which I think that's what I'm going to do this year. I've got the needle palm over here, so I'm going to be able to run some heat, some Christmas lights from the needle palm over to the banana. So I'm going to do that, but that won't be for quite a number of weeks. So what I'm going to do as a bit of an insurance policy is the bananas have quite a number of pups on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and cut off all those pups, and I'm going to pot them up for the winter. I'm going to leave those pots in the garage, and my garage usually stays between sort of 0 Celsius and about 10 Celsius in the winter, so that should be okay to keep them going. I've never really had luck keeping them over the winter either. I've tried dry storing them. I've tried keeping them in pots before, and I believe on one occasion I had success. Most of the time they end up drying up or dying over the winter. So I'm gonna try this year. So stick around and we'll go around dividing up some of the bananas in the yard. So you see on this one here, as I was dividing it, I did not do that correctly. So I only got a little tiny bit of the root. So that one probably won't take. This one on the other hand, you can see I've got lots of roots, so this one actually should be pretty good. That one went well. Got some root on that one. Try for this last one here. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, no real root on that one, so kind of messed that one up. Okay, so I think that's all I'll do back here. We've got some other like really tiny pups, but I think we'll leave it at that. So this is the next banana we'll be working on, and I thought it was a dwarf Cavendish when I got it, but I actually think it's I'm gonna probably say it wrong, a red Abyssinian banana, because it does have some red tinges, as you can see in the younger one down here. So I think that's what it is, because it's just grown too large. Have a look at the trunk, like it's massive. And there's no way that I want to sort of deal with that over the winter time. So the main stalk, once the frost hits it, I'll just end up cutting it down and composting it. But I'm gonna try and save the 2 little bananas at the bottom to hopefully repopulate the spot next year with another one that would hopefully do just as well. Not enough root on that last one. Like I'm decent with palm trees, but I just can't get the hang of bananas. Need Banana Joe to tell me what to do here. Actually, he probably wouldn't know because he doesn't have to do these kind of things with his bananas. They just grow for him all year long. Okay, how did I do here? Okay, sweet. So I got some root. So this is what I'm left with. I'm not super happy about this one here. I did not get any roots with it. It still could develop them, possibly. The other ones though have a nice little root system on them. So these are actually gonna go into this one pot. So I'm gonna clump them all together. I think because they'll be in the garage for most of the winter, they're not gonna like entangle themselves in each other's roots, hopefully. But I just don't have a lot of space in the garage for the winter time. So we're just gonna have to make do. So the next step will be potting these guys up. I started off by layering the bottom of the pot with just some dirt and mulch from the garden. And then I've got some Pro-Mix. You know, it could be good for it, it could be bad, I don't know. I don't want it to all of a sudden go into like hyper growth either. But it was $5 and it was what was available at the store. Okay, so I'm gonna put on a little bit of Pro-Mix. I'm just gonna, I need a little bit more actually. I'm just gonna kind of stab these guys in the dirt. This one will go here. This guy will go next to him. These guys actually could go in as a bit of a package deal next year if they needed to. So these guys can go next to each other. Musa over on this side. And the final Musa side over here. I'm trying to make sure that they're straight at least when I put them in. So they're not spending energy trying to straighten themselves up. Put in the rest of this. Okay. They might even be buried a little too deep, but it's probably okay. And I don't need to actually fill it much higher. So the plan is that it doesn't seem like we're gonna have any frost in the next couple of weeks. We should get away frost free, freeze free, at least until the beginning of November. So these are just gonna stay outside in a nice spot, sunny spot. I'm gonna try and keep them as dry as I can. And hopefully they'll sort of take a little bit, I guess is what I would say, before they come into the garage. So there you kind of have it there. Let's see what they look like. Kind of looks neat. And that'll just stay in the garage all winter. Find a spot for it near the house where it's kind of warm. And we'll see out of these ones what make it. I think I didn't look at this online beforehand. The red Abyssinian bananas, I think, would be hardy to zone 8, 9, maybe even 10, but I'm thinking more like zone 8, 9 maybe. And Musabaju are, they say hardy down to zone 5 temperatures, but so the Musabaju has the best chance, I think, of making it. We'll see about the other ones. This is another little banana that was given to me by my aunt. She lives in Bancroft and she has quite a large, two actually really large Musabaju that she keeps in her house all year long. They're like 8 or 9 feet tall, and this was a little pup. So this one I'm going to repot, and I'm actually going to keep it in the house for the winter and see how it does.